with Thug.
Yeah, we talk
Everything
every
is
day, all day.
Folk, man, like 6 niggas you be using that phone, man. All that stuff, man.
Messy, and what Mariah just did as everybody shook. Let's dive into this madness because it's about to get real. So earlier this week, a 2022 jail call between Young Thug and Instagram model Lena Said leaked, and it didn't take long for the internet to catch fire. In the video, Thug is seen telling someone who's upset to move on and find someone new. Might seem like good advice at first, but here's the twist: Thug was actually still dating Mariah The Scientist when he said this, so telling her to find someone else felt pretty off. On top of that, a new call came out where Thug casually admitted to talking to up to 10 women every week just to kill time. Talk about drama. This whole situation just got a lot messier. What do you think about this? The drama between Mariah The Scientist and Thugger Young Thug has taken many twists and turns, leaving fans on edge and hungry for more details. Their relationship, which once seemed full of promise and deep emotion, has become the center of speculation and drama, and it seems things may be spiraling out of control. Thug's recent admission and the subsequent drama surrounding their relationship have painted a picture of emotional complexity, personal vulnerability, and perhaps a bit too much public exposure for both of them. It all started with Thug's admission that he didn't want to hurt Mariah The Scientist because he felt she loved him too much. This comment sent shockwaves through the entertainment world, especially for fans who had been rooting for them as a couple. His words spoke to a deep emotional concern about Mariah's attachment to him, and it seemed to reveal an underlying issue that had been brewing beneath the surface of their relationship for some time. The idea that someone could be scared of how much another person loves them is not new, but to hear it come from a public figure like Thug made it all the more intense and revealing. It showcased a side of him that many hadn't seen before: vulnerable, conflicted, and possibly overwhelmed by the weight of Mariah's love. Mariah, known for her soulful voice and emotionally charged lyrics, is no stranger to expressing deep feelings through her music. Her songs often touch on themes of love, heartbreak, and personal growth, which is part of what made her connection with Thug feel so real to their fans. However, in this case, her emotional openness seems to have become both a gift and a burden. Thug himself admitted that Mariah's feelings for him were too much at times, and this statement echoed a familiar theme in many high-profile relationships where one partner's affection and emotional investment become overwhelming to the other. The skull emoji, often used to signify something is dead or over, only added to the growing sentiment that Mariah had reached her breaking point with Thug. Thug, for his part, did try to salvage the situation. Fast forward to Christmas Day, and the situation took an even more dramatic turn. Thug, in a public display, shared the exchange between him and Mariah on X, formerly Twitter, revealing Mariah's blunt response to his Merry Christmas message. Rather than an affectionate reply, Mariah's response was cold, consisting of just a simple thank you followed by a skull emoji. This minimalistic, yet pointed, response spoke volumes to fans who interpreted it as a clear sign that she was over the relationship and done with the drama. The day before the Christmas exchange, he took to X to apologize publicly, tweeting an apology to Mariah. "Sorry to my baby for all this bullish on the internet. I love you, baby, and F them all. We know what's up with us," he wrote. This message seemed to indicate that Thug was trying to make amends to some extent for the public mess that had unfolded. However, his subsequent post painted a much colder picture of where things stood between them. Thug's public apology and attempt to smooth things over were met with what seemed like the ultimate cold shoulder from Mariah, especially given her response or lack thereof. Mariah's lack of engagement, or what some fans considered a complete absence of warmth, seemed to signal that she was done with the whole ordeal. If the thank you and skull emoji weren't enough of a signal, the fact that she didn't engage further made it clear that she had moved on. Fans quickly picked up on this, with many expressing their belief that Mariah was completely over Thug, and who could blame her? After everything that had happened, from Thug's public admissions to the online back-and-forth drama, it was understandable that Mariah would be done with the relationship. In the days that followed, the whispers about Mariah's state of mind grew louder. Thug, in a recent conversation, revealed that he had spoken to Mariah and that she felt better after talking to him. However, the subtext of that exchange was filled with tension. Thug's words indicated that Mariah had been hurt by the situation, and the emotional weight of it all seemed to be weighing heavily on both of them. At one point, Thug made a telling remark about how much Mariah loved him, admitting that her affection sometimes scared him. "She loves you, man," Thug said, before adding, like, overly, yeah, cause it's like, damn, if I do something, if I like smack me, if I smack something or something like that, you'd probably be devastated. And that's the part that I'm. This moment revealed a deep, almost uncomfortable truth about their relationship. Thug was speaking from a place of fear, but it was also a fear rooted in the idea that Mariah's love might be too intense, to the point where it could be damaging if he didn't reciprocate it in the way she wanted. He acknowledged that her feelings were powerful and all-encompassing, but it also seemed like he felt burdened by that level of emotional investment. It's an emotional conundrum that many people find themselves in, feeling overwhelmed by the intensity of someone else's love, not out of malice, but out of a genuine sense of being unable to meet those emotional demands. For Mariah, this entire situation must have been exhausting. The emotional roller coaster, the public leaks, the conflicting messages from Thug, it's a lot for anyone to handle, especially someone who's already known for pouring her heart into her music. The fact that she chose to publicly distance herself by giving such a cold response to his Christmas message was a clear indication that she had reached her limit. Fans sympathized with her, with many agreeing that, after everything that had come to light, she deserved peace and closure. Thug's attempt to make things right with a public apology and more heartfelt messages fell flat, largely because Mariah had already made her feelings known. Sometimes, no amount of public gestures or online apologies can erase the damage done, especially when emotions have been laid bare for the world to see. In this case, it seems that Mariah is ready to move on, and while her silence and cold response may have seemed harsh to some, it was likely a necessary step for her own healing. Ultimately, the saga between Thug and Mariah The Scientist serves as a cautionary tale about the complexities of love, public relationships, and the weight of emotional vulnerability. When emotions are laid bare for the world to see, the consequences can be significant, and sometimes, as Mariah's response shows, silence is the loudest statement of all. Like when it's like you feel like me being always being devastating Detry, it's like too deep, but I'm going love to for sure 100% right. I ain't SP doing it, but I know moving around a young Thug wasn't about to let that narrative run wild without saying his piece. In a series of posts, he flat out denied any romantic involvement, Lena said, insisting their jailhouse conversation wasn't about love but serious stuff. He tried to downplay the call, rushing off any notion. People who was telling me I would never see him again. There was people who was laughing at me and laughing at the situation. This so cray, this supposed be a prayer. Oh, on thank you. Now her words were a mix of a prayer, reflection, and fiery clapbacks to those who laughed at their situation now. Through the tears, she highlighted the love and unwavering support that's kept her going through this difficult chapter. Now, for Mariah, this wasn't just the end of Thug's incarceration. It was supposed to be the beginning of a new chapter for the both of them. Man, back to me all you __ who dead me and dead this __ was never coming back __ all y'all. Applause what you going to say now. Applause B now when I say we got to switch it up. This __ unbelievable. But let's just make it to the end so I can get on this chit, you know what I'm going to. With Thug now released on probation, the big question is what's next for this couple. These leak calls and the resulting drama have undoubtedly tested their relationship and Mariah's silence. The whole situation has fans split, with some thinking they should stick it out while others feel it might be time to part ways. But one thing's for sure, you've got so much talent, and if you keep rapping, you can really make a difference. You have the power to show young people that there's more to life than what we sometimes get caught up in. Honestly, these past 2.5 years, you've been the best thing that's happened to me. You've made everything better for me and for everyone around us, no matter where they stand. I'm sorry for everything, and I'm thankful for the chance to share this experience with you. Everybody for just having to put extra time in. I know why all got paid more money, but I'm sorry for why all having to put this extra time in to be away from why all family, you know, and I just hope that you find it in your heart to allow me to go home well. Thug has apologized publicly and Mariah has shown incredible patience and loyalty throughout his incarceration. Whether they rebuild their relationship stronger than ever or go their separate ways, only time will tell. But let's talk about Mariah for a second, because Mariah has been keeping quiet, and honestly, it's been more powerful than anything she could say. Instead of publicly fighting or dragging young Thug on social media, she's chosen to stay silent. First sparked romance rumors in November 2021, Young Stoner Life shared cozy pics of the pair on Instagram, fueling speculation that they were an item. Around that same time, Thug's long-term relationship with Jerrica Carly, which had been on and off since 2015, seemed to have come to an end. The timing had people talking, especially since Jericho accused Thug of abuse in December 2020, but later claimed in 2021 that they're in a really good place. Either Mariah came into the picture shortly after that, or Jericho was more focused on their This quiet approach has left fans wondering if she's really done with him after the leaked jail calls and his somewhat apologetic messages. But just when it seemed like they were over, things took an unexpected turn. Young Thug and Mariah were spotted together over Christmas, and that surprised a lot of people. Despite the drama and all the leaked calls, they still seem to be going strong. It's definitely got fans talking about what's really happening between them. Surrounding Thug's legal issues, the couple reportedly spent the holiday vacationing together. Their public appearance together has people speculating that their relationship might be stronger than it seems, but this unexpected move has fans divided. Some see it as a sign of loyalty and Mariah choosing to stick beside her man despite everything, and others are questioning if she's overlooking it too much given the nature of the leaked conversations. But either way, the sighting suggests that now they're presenting a united front. Even Let's be real, silence only lasts so long, especially when you're in the spotlight. Everyone's been watching their every move, trying to figure out what it all means for their future. Are they really done, or is there something else happening behind the scenes? Right now, their quiet actions have left room for plenty of speculation, and fans are on edge, waiting to see what happens next. What do you think? Are they over, or is this just a bump in the road? Mariah has certainly been through a lot, facing public judgment, legal struggles, and now a scandal that's had everyone talking. But through it all, she's shown remarkable grace and composure. She's kept her personal feelings private, letting her actions do all the talking. On the other hand, Young Thug seems to be in full damage control mode, trying to apologize, clarify things, and hold onto the relationship with the woman who's been by his side through everything. Whether this couple ends up reconciling or going their separate ways, one thing is clear. This story is far from over. Fans are waiting to see what happens next, and with all the twists and turns, it's anyone's guess what the future holds for them. Stay tuned, because this drama is just getting started. Next chapter might take a turn none of us see coming, but I got to hear from why all should Mariah walk away for good after being Thug's R or die and getting cheated on? Or do you think that Thug deserves another chance to make things right? Are they better off together, or is it time to call it quit-let? US, know your thoughts in the comments below, cuz I got to know what you think. And if you're here for the tea, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next update. We've got even more drama, twists, and revelations coming in 2025, but don't leave just yet. Make sure you check out the next video on your screen. It's even juicier than this one, with all the details you need to know. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Music. Freedom. It was about pushing through the struggles, the doubts, and the trolls who didn't believe this day would ever come. I just want to thank God for the day. I want to thank you for life, light, and love. I want to thank you for our family and our friends. I want to thank you for Jeff and our relationship. I want to thank you for coming us with the blood of Jesus. US, keeping us safe every day. It has really been a long time, and it has been really hard. Music, but I'm appreciative that you kept showing up for me and supporting me. There was Thug really tried to explain himself, calling Say his twin and saying there was nothing romantic going on between them. He even added that if he wanted to, he could have pursued something with her, but she wasn't on his mind because he already had someone else. But hold up, does that story really add up? Fans are left asking more questions than before. If it was just a casual conversation, why did Sez sound so emotional in that leaked call? Does this seem like it's just a misunderstanding, or is there something more to the story? What do you think? Let's talk about it. Why did Thug feel the need to address it so defensively? While Thug's post may have been an effort to clean up the mess, they seem to leave as just as much confusion in their wake. Lena Say didn't stay quiet amid the chaos either. She jumped on Instagram to try and set the record straight, claiming that the leak call with Young Thug happened before she met her child's father, boxer Devin Haney. According to Lena, the timing of the video doesn't reflect her current life, and she insisted that she would never be involved with Thug or any other man. Now, she said that video was before I met my baby daddy. I would never talk to Thug or any other man. But here's where things get messy, because in the leak call, Lena can't be her telling Thug she only wanted him and didn't like anyone else. Naturally, this left fans scratching her heads, because if the call really happened before she met Haney, why were her words so affectionate and intense? The internet wasn't buying her explanation, and people started dissecting the timeline, fans pointed out. This whole situation just keeps getting messier, right? With all the leaks and confusion, people are questioning whether Lena's story is just her trying to cover up what's really going on. It's obvious this drama isn't going to be resolved anytime soon. And now, with Lena's involvement, things are even more complicated. You'd think Devin Haney, the pro boxer and father of Lena's child, would have had something to say about the leaked call between Young Thug and Say, right? But instead, he stayed quiet, at least at first. But his social media actions speak volumes. So what's really going on here? Let's talk about it. It's crazy how much power a woman can have over a guy's mood, right? When a woman can make or break your day, it messes with your head. And when that happens, you start pulling back, trying to protect yourself from the emotional roller coaster. That's exactly what Devin Haney seemed to be doing. On Christmas Eve, he posted a pic on Instagram, just chilling on a bed, eating an apple, and casually showing off 2 designer bags. The whole vibe of the post seemed like he was sending a message without actually saying anything. Unbothered given all the chatter around his name thanks to Say's connection to Young Thug, it's clear Devon wanted to show the world he's unfazed by the noise. Now, the exact nature of Dion and Lena's relationship is still a bit of a mystery. On one hand, they're clearly together with S publicly. As Young Thug faces the consequences of his ongoing legal battles, the drama continues to unfold in the public eye. The leaked jail calls only added more fuel to the fire, sparking even more attention. Mariah, on the other hand, has chosen to stay silent, letting her actions speak for themselves. Recently, she was spotted on a holiday getaway, and while she didn't say much, the timing of the trip had fans talking, guessing about their exact relation status. But what about Mariah Mississippi ride to die? She held Young Thug down while he was in jail, and how long have they been together? While the leaked jail call has put them in the headlines for all the wrong reasons, their history goes way back and is full of twists. So Mariah, Young Thug friendship. Regardless, Jericho didn't seem too pressed about Thug moving on, staying unbothered by his new romance.
Yeah.
You got to be like that. Your top really don't move that much, so it's like, you know, it's hard. You supposed to came at 3, so we could have used the tablet, so I could have used the tablet, so I could have used the tablet to talk to you on it. Have 3. They only had 4. You said 4. They only had music 4. They closed at 4. They only had 4 music available, but by late 2021 and early 2022 things heated up, ran, and Thug went. Mariah and Thug's relationship really started to catch attention when they went on a date to an Atlanta Falcons game. Fans were even more convinced when Thug appeared as her groom in her walked-in music video. At that point, it seemed like the couple was serious and it wasn't just for show. Then, in May 2022, Thug was arrested in connection with the YSL RICO case, but surprisingly, it didn't break them apart. Instead, their connection only grew stronger. By August, Mariah shared a sweet gesture on social media, a balloon and gift setup that Thug arranged for her while he was behind bars. She made it clear to everyone that they were still very much together and didn't let the drama affect their bond. It was clear that for Mariah, their love was stronger than any controversy. Her Thug, or his ex Jericho, she clapped back at fans trying to stir the pot, showing up for Thug's birthday and kept the love strong with public support and flirty comments online. But by August 2023, Mariah The Scientist had fans buzzing after she referred to young Thug as her baby daddy during a festival. Said naturally this led to speculation that she might be pregnant, but it turns out the term was likely just an affectionate name. Still, the moment left fans wondering just how serious things were between them, and around this time their creative connection reached a whole new level. Mariah dropped the music video for her song From a Woman, and guess who was featured? Thug himself. Not to be outdone, he released a companion track, From a Man, showing that they're on extended far beyond romance and into their artistry. The songs were a powerful display of their connection, and even as Thug faced these challenges of incarceration in October, Mariah opened up about their relationship during an interview on The Way Up with Angela Yee. She revealed how the difficulties of Thug's legal troubles. Mariah's relationship with Thug only got stronger as time passed. Despite all the struggles, even though he was in jail, she never wavered in her support for him. She made it clear that she believed he was the one and was ready to wait for him, saying that marriage could be in their future once he was free. This not only showed her deep love for him, but also how strong their connection was, even with all the obstacles. When the YSL RICO trial began, Mariah didn't shy away. She attended court dates and stayed by his side, showing just how dedicated she was to their relationship. Through all the ups and downs, their bond kept growing stronger, proving that their love was something real and unbreakable. Talks daily and visited weekly. One of these visits, though, is the infamous call that started this whole scandal. Now, the call not only sparked backlash from fans, but also caught the attention of other artists like Drake, who suddenly weighed in. Meanwhile, P. Shy started to pee with the cryptic Instagram post, leading fans to think he was shaded Mariah and Thug. He later shut down the rumors, clarifying that his post had nothing to do with them. And when young Thug took a plea deal in his YSL RICO case on October 31st, everything changed. After being released from prison with 15 years of probation, the rapper's long legal saga finally reached the turning point. While his freedom comes with strict conditions, the news of him being free shook the rap community, and celebrations were pouring in from all sides. One of the most emotional reactions came from Mariah The Scientist herself. During a recent live show, she poured her heart out on stage, expressing gratitude for his release in a moment that felt both deeply personal and triumphant. It wasn't just about celebrating Thug's